I guess all this stuff is about like a jealous group of people that knew that you was like the Empress and your Ace of Pentacles was gonna be my Ace of Pentacles was gonna be handed to me. I look at the Ace of Pentacles in the upright as like it's like a gift from God. You don't have to break a sweat. I don't have to go into the underworld and beat up demons and stuff. You know, I keep hearing this one is for wisdom. The Ace of Pentacles. Nobody's put, I don't even know nothing about that world, or I'm not in that, but I feel like this is where it implements these crimes that they sneak in your house and take your damn pictures, or set you, drug you, and put naked children around you, whatever this shit is, these rituals that they do. Put a injection in your arm and take a picture of you knocked out on the couch or on the floor with this tube in your arm to make it seem like you overdosed, or I don't know. It's like these are the things that these people probably did in their life that they feel bad about when they cross over or something like this, but you didn't do any of those things. So they have to go through a journey to get back to something, to get to a level. But like, even if you let everybody out of hell, they still cursed. So like, that's like the difference between like whatever this is. The reason why people get sent into the dark is for different reasons or whatever. Now, say these people do some kind of uprising or something. They think you did wrong stuff before. I seen her smoke a blunt before. I seen her drink before. I seen her out at night before. I seen her sleeping around before. I seen this person, or him, whoever it would be for you, for whatever you're thinking. But these are about core elements here. And it's like some people, this group of people is trying to knock off or wait until all the older people die that would be presenting me with this Ace of Pentacles, so that they can knock it out of my hand and make me get down on the ground and beg for it or go do this or whatever. But my life story, because of what they were able to do to me for the whole 40 something years of my life, this is why the Ace of Pentacles is for me and not for them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's somebody like, and it's not even, because I remember that movie that came out where that girl, she found out that her dad or her family was in the mob or whatever. They wanted her to take it over. She didn't know shit about it. It ain't even like that. It's not something like that, because those guys came and got her. They set her up something real nice. Then she found out that the cousin, okay, we're going to call him something, the cousin, okay? I just heard Justin. I got a cousin named Justin. I don't know. But that's what I just heard when I said we're going to call him, but we're not going to call him nothing. We're going to call him the cousin. Somebody thought that they would do a better job at handling something, and this person may not be doing that well. I don't know. And maybe that matches up with what's going on in the higher elements with Justin Bieber not doing that well with Haley. But also I'm getting two different Haley. I don't know. These could be people's names, because I just seen something about like Eminem's daughter, but then I think the girl that's married to, Justin Bieber is Haley. So these names could be very relevant. Okay. But yeah, but see, there's a lot of men that was like mates to somebody, or they were spiritual ties to you, and they're trying to use this father. Everybody want to be somebody, like I said, everybody want to run the world. Everybody want to be my father or something like that. But my forefathers and my feathers are gone. Like, I am it now. So this could be why they're robbing me, or why they, set up all these elite people and stuff like this from the behind the scenes. Because I was thinking, like, even with crypto coin and Bitcoin and shit like this, it's like they trying to put all my stuff in that, because that's where they're going to be stuck at, because these people are not supposed to buy or sell. Everybody is buying and selling on, you know what I'm saying, unless you homeless or you don't have nothing on earth or whatever right now. So it's, I don't know, you have to be able to look at it, I guess, at different levels, okay? Like, maybe these people didn't benefit well when they were dealing with dollars, and so they went to Bitcoin, and now they this big Bitcoin king or something. But I feel like the Bitcoin is for people that bit the apple, or that did the 666 or whatever like this. And then crypto is for the people that is the Walking Dead or whatever like this. Right? And now they're saying the American dollar. So instead of like the big guys taking out the middle class and then making everybody middle class poor, like middle class and beneath, everybody's gonna be poor. They just built up something because it's more weight and more people in the bottom, in the commoner, peasants, and servants, and the caste system and shit like this. So they just like did some kind of uprising. But the same thing where some of these people was able to be brilliant, or they changed their mind about something, or they learned new tactics, or they learned new skills where they felt like, oh, we could flip this over. The same way at the bottom, it was for you to get a new mind and apply it there, right? Just like some of us was going to be raised up to hierarchy positions, and we were going to do something different. But instead of just doing what they was doing down here and worried about that, they tried to ruin us that's going to be at the top too. So it's kind of like I don't know, it's like something was flipped. If you see people putting their feet like down like this when they're talking, they don't want the cornerstone at the top. It's because it's me. It's because it's you. Or, these people might even think that I don't understand them or something like this. But like you're not gonna be able to do this. My mind is too. It's not nothing that these people learn that I can't learn to be able to do what I was made to do. It's already in me. You get what I'm saying? Like you already know how to do something or whatever, or you've been around this, or it's in your blood. You're gonna of course have to learn the shit, how something really worked, because you wasn't in that portion. Right? You could be of it. You could be of it, but you wasn't in it. It seemed like it's something like this, okay? Somebody wants you to go, like it says in the Bible, don't argue with the air or chase after the air. But sometimes it can seem like if we go too far into this shit as seers, it can seem like that's what you're doing. But that's why I don't argue. But I'm saying what I'm saying, and that's what's laying down. I don't even expect, I'm not going to debate you, or I'm not going to, I talk like I'm talking. A lot of times it feels like this will make me talk like I'm talking at people, because you're not about to get me wrapped up in I said what I said. From what I'm sensing, that's what I said, I don't need to go back and forth with you. My conversations, even on this channel, is more telling than asking, even though you might think that that's what I'm doing. You see what I'm saying? So, now, if I was in a room with these people, or if I was on the same chip with them, to be able to communicate around, the circle, then I probably wouldn't have to do that. But, it's just going to be an automatic way. That can seem like somebody is being like, I said, when I say go. But it is true. These are the people that's denying that a Christ is coming, or that the real Christ is coming, or they think they already with the Christ, or they know that it's not. They just don't want it to be used, so they just keep on trying to put anybody at the top, and they're ruining shit, even their own shit that they done built down here by doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on. The renewal was across the board. It wasn't just for so-called these lower people or the black. Because then you could have just did that all like this down here at the bottom, or take these people to the top and they thinking ratchet, and then you're going to ruin the system all over again. So it's across the board. You just got to stay in your lane. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what somebody's trying to do, but I felt like before I even said, hey, how y'all doing? Welcome back to the platform. The platform, we had to go into that little rundown. Okay? So this could be why a group of people is trying to ruin one person, or what, like it's like the weight of the world is on somebody's shoulder, or all eyes is on you, because it wasn't good eyes. That's like a 10 of Pentacles. People are like judging you, but first in conditions that you not normally in, from all of, because if we're empathic, that tends to kind of grapple or grasp, even if you're not the one doing you're in good thoughts, you're in positive energy, you're in good energy, but the people that are tuning in on you are evil eyeing or sending jealous energy towards you. It can manipulate. These are people that's not supposed to be under the microscope. For what? They're good to the core. Yeah, they might do some things or something, but they ain't too shady. They ain't quick to snake somebody. The person don't need to be watched. So why are you, why would you be doing that? Because these people tend to have some type of energy where other people you can't control. But if you're a heavy empath, other people bringing, disaster around you can accumulate around you. It might affect the way that you do things, or how often you do get up and get dressed and go outside, or something like it. The way that something works, because again, some of us maybe wasn't supposed to be down here with the regulars any fucking way. So it's always like these people can direct energy towards you, and keep you kind of like stagnant or something like this. May not be able to, you still could go out, talk, laugh with your friend, but you never think about going outside the box or any further. It's like an electric fence, and the collar is built into your brain. You get what I'm saying? Okay, because I don't know what these people, they trying to make it like they cleaner or they keep their house clean or something. But bitch, I'm supposed to be in, I'm going to be in the realm where these people don't even have to clean up after themselves. The type of work or whatever I'm doing, somebody else is going to do that. So what, you know, so this is what I'm saying. Why are you having to go? That's like me being in a competition, like a relay race or some kind of race where you got to jump over hurdles and stuff like this. Right? They're going to make sure that track is clean and smooth. They know that these are runners, that they probably not looking down at their feet. They're going to make sure they clean off that track. They're going to make sure that the only thing that's an obstacle in their way is like these hurdles that they already practice. They know the thing. They know at these 1 mile, you're going to have to do this jump, and you know, something point miles, you're going to have to do this. They already rehearsed this or something. Now think about this. Somebody add another sport to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, or somebody trying to sabotage that person. So they come tonight and put oil on the track. Or somebody, you got to be quick. You got to have little clothes on with tracks people. They don't wear like a lot of clothes. They wear like the little shorts and a tank top. But somebody wants you to, you know, they want to add something to it, like a backpack. You supposed to be jumping over shit. What do you want to put these weights on my back for, or something like this? It's something like, I don't know, like an obstacle. Something that's not even supposed to be on the track. Somebody wants to throw all these things in there at the last minute. Like, what? These are like very orderly sports. Like, you're a runner, you're running. It's not much you got to even think, but you're running. But some other kind of game obstacle course, then you know that there's going to be 10 different things that they're going to give you that you're going to have to do, or something like this. It's, I don't know, it's just simple here. So there is an injustice that's happened here. Like, my brain, my programming, or my brain is not even equipped to even think about the shit that y'all thinking about. That don't mean I can't pick up what you doing, but I'm not even equipped to do. I'm not even, why are these people even in here? You know what I'm saying? This shit is supposed to be down there. This ain't supposed to be in this obstacle course for me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a drive-by shooting can happen in the suburbs. Normally it doesn't. You know, but this is shit, you buy houses in that area so that you get, if you in the hood, because you tired of shit like that. So you go somewhere where it's less of that. It's like one out of 100 chance that you're gonna get a drive-by shooting in your nice home in the suburbs. But it's probably like a 50-50 chance if you in the hood, you know. I don't know. It's like something like this. Like, in the hood, people is not going and robbing people unless it's somebody. The police are already gonna know. Yeah, this a robbery. Yeah, it must have been one of the friends or somebody that they know. They're not gonna look no. They're gonna start looking at the people that you know, because nobody's going into a poor community to rob somebody. Unless it's a drug dealers that is in poor communities, but they got money, and somebody knows that they sell drugs, or they know what this nigga got, or something like this, or they be watching this person, or they be at their house. Nobody that's like, hey, let's go on a crime spree and rob some, you know, people or something. Like, let's go over here. They're going looking for a different type of homes. And then they're going to set up and watch these people in this little subdivision or something for a certain amount of time, and then they're going to go ahead and make their hit. They're not going to, you know, do you understand what I'm saying? If it's general robbery, they're not doing that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Yeah, there's an injustice where somebody didn't get something that they were supposed to be getting. They were blocked out of some kind of communication with a court case or a death, or I don't know. Your name was changed. Somebody else is using your identity. You was blocked from some kind of, it's an injustice that you didn't get something here. This is current. This is strong. This is something that's happening now, probably. And I'm also hearing this is something that happened to you in the past. Somebody has you in a category that does not register to you. And this is how people keep being able to do this to you. I heard something about the scenery. Somebody could be in a scenic area. You were blocked from this communication. Even if people are trying to send you messages through music or something, this is not enough. Because you don't have the server in your head no more, or it's shut down by these particular people to process this. You know, there's different levels in this tarot of who's getting these messages too. I could be producing the messages that are enlightening my enemies. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I would expect that the system is working properly, that somebody's going to catch this person at the door. But that's not what has been happening here with something. Yeah, that's what I said. You don't have, with this Two of Swords and this blindfold, you a very powerful individual, or a very potent individual. I don't like that term powerful. Okay. You may not even know this. Everybody around you know it. You don't know this yet. Okay. But you sitting here minding your business or whatever like this, in your sensei mode, you can't see something. Like your processor has been changed at the last minute or something. Somebody could have thought you was on the processor, because even being starved or blind or something, how the fuck did you know that? You would either have to be guilty of this, or you are fucking God, or a seer, or a son of God for real. And that's the only two ways that you could know that stuff. Or the son of the devil. But we keep seeing that the devil is coming up in reverse in all of our readings in the past 3 days. So it's like, say you got a pod in your brain when you born, just your pineal gland or something. Somebody then took yours, and they are wicked or something, and they constructed a way where they can actually use it to raise themselves up. Like somebody is like that. You get what I'm saying? You didn't get it. Somebody could have took it and got married. Or married to a system, married to something. Yeah, somebody wants you to know this. Or somebody put you in a marriage and then came in and stole all your money that you didn't know you got from a settlement or something. Why would somebody be doing a settlement and you be the one? Or why would somebody sue somebody and get a settlement and you didn't even know that you were suing someone to get a settlement? I don't know. This would have to be somebody that would be married to you secretly or something like this. They saw some footage and said, oh, when she was in the hospital, they did that. That's a malpractice. You was knocked out and drugged. You didn't know that this happened to you, that you got raped by a doctor or something. But these hackers could have found out, hey, that doctor did that, or that doctor wasn't supposed to cut like that. Yeah. That's why something or whatever like this. Let's go and get this malpractice. And then they dress somebody up like you, go get this money. But it happened to you, and you cannot go back and sue for this again, because if you do find out when you get your envelope, please, or your file, you're not going to be able to sue these people again, because they're going to say, you already sued us. That wasn't me. So somebody has made this into a business. We got a king. Yeah, this got something to do with lawsuits or something like this, with this King of Swords in the reverse. All right? And higher ups. Maybe somebody was, maybe this is stuff that's supposed to have been higher up and protected, but it wasn't. Because of some King of Swords here. All right? Whatever this is, you may not be able to repair from this. Okay? Straight up. Because I was just flicking through my thing and I seen somebody fingerprint, but we already talked about this a couple months ago, that I kept on missing my phone or my remote control. We know your fingerprints is all over there. And I could see somebody like doing something silly. Like I had some clear tape on my, like packing tape on my cabinet the other day. And then I asked Taurus, I was like, can you bring me some boxes home so I could pack up? So it's 2 in 1, I'm guessing. But I was like, I need to pack up this stuff in the corner. So I was, he brought me the boxes or whatever. I finally got the box. I'm like, okay, let me get up. I think I seen that tape in there. But I didn't see the tape no more. And so I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to, I was like, can you bring me some packing tape, or, let me go get some packing tape or whatever. Like the shit in the corner is a bother, but it's not the most endly thing. It's not the most devastating thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? But Somebody could be making something like that. It's like somebody trying to inconvenience you on a small level and then a large scale, because they need you to be contained in a lower mindset, so you can't see what somebody's doing to you on a higher level. But these people ain't even supposed to be there. That's what I'm saying. So I've seen in visions, and sometimes I'll just be walking around the house and then I see somebody like taking some tape with some fingerprint, like something silly like this, and trying to lay it on somebody else's something, like somebody else's glasses, on a glass at somebody's house. You know, these are professional killers that want to use the blood of Christ to get themselves off of crimes. That's why I don't like that part of the scripture that says, again, we repeat a lot of shit on here to get it through. When they say thanks for the blood of Christ that we don't have to die for our sins, I said fucking no. So these people, I'm waking up now and seeing what these people could have been doing behind my back all this time. I don't hang with these people. I don't call these people. There shouldn't be no traces of phone records or nothing like this. You understand what I'm saying? So even on my call log the other day, my daughter was like, oh, let me see. So the same day, the same 3 days, all this shit is happening. My daughter's like, hey, my oldest daughter, like, let me see your phone real quick. And I be nervous. I don't like my little daughter. I don't like nobody touching my phone because I don't know what's inside of these people. So, or what the ulterior motives. And she had been acting a little sporadic, my oldest, one of my twins. And she was like, let me see your phone real quick. And I thought she was just seeing something real quick. And then I noticed that, like, when I went through my images, she was like, she needed my phone to record something off her phone, I guess, so she can send it back to her phone. But it was like, I heard it was something like, how do you know what color shirt I had on? I don't know. I'm not gonna get all into the conversation that was said, but it was something like this. And I was just thinking, like, and I seen that file in there or whatever, and I didn't get to delete it. I don't even know how she was able to record that, because I don't even have, my camera is not working. So how did she clear? I got too much stuff on my phone. I can't even take an image. I can only do screenshots sometimes. I can't use my camera because my footage, my stuff is too full. I haven't been able to use it for like 6 months. You know, I got to be ghetto and go into my text messages and pretend like I'm about to text somebody in order to, I got to pretend like I'm about to text somebody in order to use the camera in my text message and send. Okay, in order to take a picture, I got to pretend like I'm sending somebody a text. I got to use that camera during the text to take a picture of something, or to take a picture of something. Say something's on the screen and I want to look at it. I got to do all that and then send it to one of the family members or one of the kids. And then, you know, that way I got the image. That's the only way I can take a picture, because my storage is so full. But I was thinking that, I wonder if whatever is in somebody's retina scan, because I didn't mean to be sending these pictures, but I know that these people are connected to whatever this case is that got something to do with me. And I was wondering, did the daughter see, did I send her, because I usually send it to the 2 people that's in the house in case I can't get it or whatever like this. My youngest daughter and then one of the twins. And so I was wondering, and she was like, what's this? I said, oh, no, I just needed to send something so I could get the picture or whatever. And I'm wondering if somebody's seen somebody that they know. Huh? Or whoever is running, whoever's driving, or whoever the handlers are of these family members. I wonder if they got shocked. Like, why would she send that picture? Oh, this bitch knows something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pulling this shit out of thin air. I don't know none of these fucking people. But I know that my word don't come back void. So, you see what I'm saying? I wonder if somebody's doing something like this. So maybe this person, because this is more matching up to the intentions of someone that can't be restored. Now, I told you, when these people get in this category where they're in this wild space, they are looking to purchase other human beings. They're not even hierarchy. It's not in their bloodline to own people or nothing like this or whatever this is. Or maybe some of these people it is. And they was blaming it on the wrong people all this time. But these are people that think because they know more about what their stupid ass is doing in the background, that mean that they more tapped in. No, you tapped into that bullshit. You're not tapped into God. You're not tapped into that Most High. You're not tapped into that energy. And even if you tapped into the children of that person, you not connected to that higher power. That's something that you talking about, something else, whatever you dealing with. So somebody could either be trying to get you caught up for something where you will not be able to be repaired from this, or These could also be these women trying to act like you slept with them, and that's why they got your baby and they your baby mama. Here, I got the proof. Here go the t-shirt. Because y'all remember in the Bible, I think about, I don't know if it's Tamar or somebody else, but the guy comes, and I can't remember even what his name is right now. But he come and he lay with her. And then he leave. And she said, nuh-uh, you got to leave me something of yours. I need an article of your clothing. I need something to prove that it was you when the time come that I could show. Now, I feel like these people done turned it into something freaky weird, like a child. You know, to justify some kind of mating system that they've created or something. You know what I'm saying? I need something proof that this has happened and this has been done. But something can't be restored here. I told you, it's about systems here. Okay? So I don't know, like this could have been a lesser being trying to do everything around you to get you caught. Like if you got to get me caught up in this is some fucked up thinking. This is some messed up thinking of these people. Because if I couldn't be innocent and then you be innocent, or I be innocent and you want to communicate with me and you want to pull me or something like this, why would you have to ruin me for me to be like anybody? Like, unless these people think that they know what's on the other side of success. This is like somebody like, I know what they doing to people over there. If you go over there, they're gonna throw you. But I'm seeing right here, but this is the sun. So you could have seen it 1,000 times before, but you never seen the sun go through that process. The reason why these motherfuckers trying to hold the sun back so much is the motherfuckers over there really don't know what they gonna do if they get faced with the real sun. They okay with, just like somebody knowing that you the one. They don't want the one. It seemed like too much conflict or something like this. Or it don't seem nothing special when I'm with the one. It seems special when I'm with these bitches that know how to get it. Or that's going in people's bank account and siphon out money. You know, I feel like that's what you know what I'm saying? Somebody could think like that. Dude, somebody can think like this. That's what I was also thinking. Why would some people come up with these crimes, especially with the Kanika thing is really strange, because it's almost like I told you, somebody going to be trying to get you for a murder, but it's like the murder of yourself. It would be like somebody trying to get you caught up for the murder of yourself. At the end of the day, they gonna fuck around and find out, like, the real person that died is not Kanika Jenkins, or the real thing, something happened, it was not that person, but they set it up and made that name hood famous because, I don't know, they could have had a plan for somebody else to rise up or to come back, or to realize somebody wasn't dead, or what. That's why all the differences with the pictures and shit like this, that's crazy. It's something like this, man. But this is all going back to the us energy, where people been stalking and plotting, and when they catch you by yourself, they will kill you or send you into the underworld, and then they gonna come up here. This is what trafficking is about. This is what a large portion of this trafficking has to be about. Yeah. Or they could be trying to bring somebody back saying this is the sun, for they can celebrate. But this new thing is not being birthed. These women don't want to get in trouble. Somebody trying to give up some people so that they don't get in trouble. But they can't birth nothing because these people is mentally, like, whatever these people been having to do when they go into these sectors, they will not pass a proper mental analysis. They're not going to, because these is people that kidnap innocent people. They like to see innocent people do stuff wrong. These is people that kidnap people, take them before a couple months into the underworld, mind control them or beat them into submission to do certain things or have things done to them, and then they try to send you back into regular life where you're innocent or you haven't done anything wrong, and then they'll send in something after you there. Or it's kind of like to keep you, I don't know, stuck. But these people can't walk away from this. So these women or these people that somebody celebrated or worked with, they felt like it's more of us. Ain't no way. We got somebody down at the DA. We got somebody over here. We got something. Somebody's not getting away with something. And they're not protected. Or this is what and now they're being blocked. Yeah, so this is like what we seen. Somebody did that to you, and now this is happening to them. Yeah, absolutely, with the Fool in reverse. This is, okay, so they're trying to mix something up or make you scared or make me scared or something like this. But this is their thing. This is the pit that they're going to fall into. Like, a lot of people going to act like, yeah, you know, something here. And it's like this 10 of Pentacles. I told y'all, people like, girl, they want your 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is people spying on you. You know, these could be all your enemies spying on you. This could be every person that hated you in school that got together and built this collective group, and these people are watching you and they want to harm you or they want to set you up. These could be the church, the government, the this, the that, the Vatican. These people watching somebody. All right? But the thing about this is the Ten of Pentacles is in the upright here. All right? And some people is about to be burdened. Okay, let's see who the people is, because they shouldn't have did this shit. Okay? Yeah, this is what's being hidden. That this is somebody's empire. This is my empire or something like this. All right? And that's why I'm acting like this probably. Or you. I know what the fuck. This is like somebody saying, I know what the fuck y'all were doing, dude. I know a little bit. God is telling me what you were doing. Like, but this could be an underlord, or like I told you, this is like Hades trying to bring who he think the mortal queen into submission. Okay? This could even be somebody that all this time, like a Persephone, they kept taking your children, taking your children, taking your children. And now they want your ass or something like this. But you ain't the same as your children. Them children, you was able to do that too, because them children was from other women that maybe me and you both didn't know. So somebody trying to keep you hostage so they can actually get the number of children that they need out of you or something like this. Now, since they know. And they feel like you to open your mouth, we was trying to hide it. And we was just going to go on like this and let them think that they had those kids. Now they never going to let you go, because now they need you for another 20 years to get what they thought they was going to get or something like this. I'm just making up that perception, but you know what I'm saying? It's something like that. Send them up. Like all these people, somebody is like 20 years ahead of you with sending shit up as gifts to heaven, or I don't know. This is weird, okay? But yeah, something about this, with whatever these people is doing, it's like those who have much knowledge don't have knowledge. So somebody could have thought that this was happening to you when you changed course. Or this could have been like, you know, black people not knowing how we was being taken, so-called black people or other people not knowing, or lower class people not knowing how they was being taken care of. Okay, now you know. Okay? But then this also like presidents and people in the Congress being more intelligent than us, but they wake up and they really don't know how to do their job no more. They're trying to find out who is new person that is that's gearing more towards this, and they could be testing you or me. But I'm an all energy. I don't stay in one thing for a long time. One thing can't keep me interested for a long time. More than likely, myself, quiet nature. You know, my children used to be able to do this. You know, keep my attention or something like this. You know, but. You know, this is kind of like how that looked to me. But these people was taken from this cup in order to get up. But somebody had to make these people think that you was worthless and you didn't have nothing. But this Queen of Swords is like, no, motherfucker, that's my Ace of Cups. Look, I got to come down and talk to you niggas on your level. That's my Ace of Cups, and you motherfuckers was using it to raise up these people and raise them up to make them look smarter or something. And that shit was not supposed to last forever. Yeah, this is this Jesus piece. They could also be making somebody else into this energy, but they're attached to my Ace of Cups to move themselves up. Okay? While they make sure you don't have anything good coming your way while people recording and watching you. But your soul energy, your core energy is still, you know how they see people like a bum on the street, or a mother want to get her children back something. They'll take her in, you know, put her in something, give her clothes, give her shelter, give her something like this, and then she put them clothes on. But it's almost like you was the perfect mother, almost, right? A pretty good mother. And somebody wants you to jump in like double dutch. They want you to jump in, but now the only thing, the roles that is to jump in is to say, oh, if people stole your children, instead of them getting in trouble and them going to jail, they done made it seem like you the drug addict and you in jail. And you need to go get some nice clothes from the thrift store or something, and then go to court and try to get your kids back. But your kids is already, the kids that you was raising in your reality is already grown. So this would prove that these people are stealing your children. Because I'm hearing somebody might got some children out there that's like 5, 3, 4, something. These people are going to plan to raise this child up to skip you in succession or something, and raise this child up above you in the future. Or I think with Emperor and Empress, it could be like, if somebody can prove the child is too young or incompetent, they put like a person, like a prime minister figure or like some type of conservatorship or guardianship over the person. Imagine these people realizing that this is a 40-year-old woman that seemed to be brilliant. How the fuck is y'all about to prove? And then they go say, oh, well, God give knowledge. No, somebody always been fucking brilliant. So this is an injustice. These people is getting out in the cold, man. The police is on to these people here about giving these offers and giving this stuff to somebody else, and they did not have the authority to do that. Okay, hold on 1 second. I forgot. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I gotta go. Okay, hold on 1 second. I gotta go.